Hey everyone! We're back in the kitchen. Promise we haven't been here the whole time. Since the last live. But we're here again. We're doing a few different things. Making some body scrub. We've since been eating the snacks in the snack tower. And these are the updates. Hey Christina! Hey Priscilla! Hey Markers! Oh yay! You guys are all in. You guys, I've been making endless batches of body scrub. The coffee grinds. And actually bentonite clay. So that's been the new thing. But how are you guys doing? How's it been going? Hey Benjamin. Hi Margaret. Hey Yvonne. Hey Seven. Valley Lane, Samira, Michelle, Callie. Wow, Gemini, you guys. Okay, any Geminis in the house? Holy moly. The last reading for Gemini was crazy. Okay, well, after I did that reading, to be honest, I actually, I went to bed and I had a weird dream. I had a freaking weird dream, Gemini. I don't know what's coming through, and actually someone had commented, they were like, what? Can somebody speak on behalf of what's kind of going down here with the Geminis? And the light broke as well in the Gemini reading. So, Trump is. Oh, thank you, Benjamin, for your dear donation. Trump is a Gemini, right? So hey, a lot going on. Hey, Intuitive Dreams. Hey, Monique, you guys. Aw, hey, I know. Okay, so update, right, on the energies here, because I think it's worth mentioning. Well, it's funny, because actually my sister, she was like, Natalie, she's an Aries. She's like, Natalie, I don't think Mercury retrograde is over. And I'm like, okay, well, technically we were out of the post-shadow period. However, Mercury is still in Pisces until I think it's about the 11th of April. So you might absolutely still be feeling these Piscean energies that have been lingering since even the season of Pisces, and even what was kind of reflected on in the Mercury in Pisces in retrograde period. So if you're still feeling these energies, like, I don't know, I don't think it's Aries season yet. What about you? I'm telling you, my sister, she's an Aries sun, but her moon is in, okay. Sister on blast here. Is she in the comments? By the way, I think she was in the comments last time. But anyhow, yeah, she got her moon in Gemini. I've mentioned it before, but her Venus is in Pisces, and so, yeah, she's got quite a bit of Piscean energy, and she was like, no, I don't think we're in Aries yet. She's like, no, I'm trying to feel, what might, here at play. It's funny, because I wasn't planning on doing reading, but I'm sitting here at the desk, and Ten of Cups here on the face of the stack. Daughter, Cups in reverse, just peeking and prodding out. Major water energy here at play. Major cycle here. So for a number of you, how many of you actually have your Venus in Pisces? This came through in the last live, if I remember. Hi, Amanda. Are you also a Aries Sun, Gemini Moon? That's her. Aries Sun, she's a rising Sun Virgo as well. Tasha, are you here? Laying out your cards. Okay. So, yeah, I know, Monique. Well, hey, it would be kind of cool. I told her, next time and do a live, just jump in. Just jump into the pool. We can kind of we can somehow do some kind of hey beso. So, yeah. Amanda says it was my evil twin. What? Are you referring to that last Gemini reading? Yikes. a lot. Hi, Frank. Hi, girls with guns. Hey. So, Venus Taurus. What house is that in? So yeah, so she was, so, and to be fair, okay, I also am feeling that these Piscean energies have not left the building. we gotta be honest, okay? Pisces still lingering, and I if I were to say, I haven't really, taken a really close look at the energies at play, at least astrology wise, but in terms of astrology placements, but universally, but absolutely, there is so much at play. I'm seeing, if I were to say, I would think it's the Mercury in Pisces. That still remains. That might be sort of influencing Venus and Aries in the 8th house, Samira. Oh wow. Whew, you got a fan? You got a fan going or what? Yo, make sure it's on the highest and you just crank it up. Okay, so yeah. So hey Lion Cat 9, I do remember your username. Leon is here for the snacks. We're at the table. Okay. Well, we'll get to the snacks. So, update. I've since finished the snack tower. Almost. I think I have a few more little sandwiches. Hey, Benjamin. Thank you again for your dear support. You answered your you answered your own question. Your so-called question. Go with the flow. Ariel, where are you going? Oh, just like my Pisces. So yeah, you guys. Well, so if you're still in this funk and you're like, where am I? Okay, it's supposed to be Aries season, Sun in Aries, but where am I? I feel like I'm still riding this wave. It's, if you're still feeling also kind of like confused, I'm hearing with connecting the dots. I don't know what that's alluding to, perhaps for a number of you, but there is a lot. It's not just, let's say, even your own personal energy field. It's like, well, I feel like things are not making sense, but I feel it's like almost out of my hands as well. We are sort of riding this wave universally together. I feel guided to emphasize that here. So sometimes it's like, well, out of the blue, I feel like I'm suddenly feeling something and I don't know where this wave came from, but I feel like in some way I'm subject to it. There are so many factors at play. And sometimes it can help to ground in those periods of time where you're like, what is this even? Where did this come from? Is this my energy field? And, who's to say that one energy field is distinct from another? We're all sort of connected, but or so many factors that may play. Mermaid. Carolina, are we making sandwiches? I need to know. I need to know now. What are you, a Libra? Who watched that Libra reading? Oh my goodness. What can I use? Yeah, Libra's got a spatula. Maybe 2. 1 for each hand. Possibly 2 per. Yeah, at least this month, yeah. Or for their full moon. So we're also moving towards a full moon. Don't forget that. A lot of factors here at play. And we've got the whole Pluto-Jupiter conjunction also ongoing. So, yeah. Markers. Thank you for your reminder there. Thank you. Very kind. Hey, Kayla, we're moving through. They've since locked down the area, around the immediate vicinity here. So just the other day they were like tourists, in traveling in bands, and they were just kind of so they're we can't have any of that. No, so they're locking it way down. Thank you for your dear. Oh, Nicolette, thank you for your dear from New York. Are you in Manhattan? Nicolette. Oh. Hey guys. Carolina, that sounds good. Salad and quesadilla. So, I've been juicing as well. I've got a juice here going. I've been on this for the last 2 days. It's really strong. I put ginger, lemon. It's got a lot of cucumber. It's got a lot of carrot. So it's kind of a mix of different things here. Thank you, Benjamin. Elmhurst. Okay. So I don't mean to call out your coordinates and all, but and all that. But isn't that's up? Is that more Queens? Queens. Ariel. It's Leo hair. It's the Midhaven and Leo hair. Midhaven and Leo, Jupiter and Leo with the 9th house, conjunct the Midhaven. You better believe that baby's gonna have hair. I did have a lot of hair when I was born. All right. I was born. The King. You're a Leo. What's your moon? What's your moon sign, the King? Hi, David. So, hi, Genius. Power. Oh my god. Alright, guys. So, they're not spicy snacks, okay? Not spicy. They're more on the sweet side. maybe a little bitter. I don't know. I'm not making any bitter snacks, not today. What would be considered a bitter snack? Anyone have an idea? Bitter has its place. It's good to, you know, kind of get the digestive juices flowing. So that's why they sell those things like the digestive bitters. It helps, I guess, build, what is it, stomach acid and help you digest. Really, Priscilla? Oh, funny, interesting. Markers, are you in Colorado? I've wanted to visit Colorado for the longest time. That's not an invite. I don't know. Don't take it like, oh my god. You start putting things away in the house, getting all tidy. No. Or just in general, I've always had this, like, I feel like, I don't know, I've just dreamt of Colorado. So you guys, how many of you are, like, exercising in the house during your lockdown? How many of you, like, on a, you know, and how frequently are you doing that? You know, are you enjoying it also? Do you guys, like, if you're working out at home, like, how are you feeling? You feel like it's like so-called good enough? Is it, how are you guys doing with the physical activity side of things? Florida's like, definitely not exercising. But I'm exercising my third eye. Well, that's good. He's meditating. All right. Or they're meditating. Walking outdoors. All right, Amanda. Yeah. It's kind of, you know, it's, you know what I've noticed? Unless I wake up, like, unless, I was gonna show you someone running by, but I feel like that's another level of stalker. Alright, we're not gonna go there. But, there are some people here, you know, kind of, they're making use of the outdoors to the degree that they can, I guess. But now they've since locked down, like, to another degree. They're like, if anyone's walking around here, they actively ask, like, are you a resident? So I think it's you know. But anyhow, this is what I've noticed, that if I wake up and I immediately start working out in the morning, like the minute that I wake up, it's way easier for me to feel like I've got my metabolism running during the day. So that's a little note. Hey, Alberto's been following for quite some time. Oh, Emma. You want to go on a bike ride? That's an idea. That's another idea. Mm-hmm. Me too, Markers. Hi, Hillary. Oh no. Pacing like a caged tiger. Oh my. Hey, well, I've noticed I have to make a point of it. Like, I've got to just, seriously, the minute I wake up, and I'm a rising sign Scorpio, so I was like, that's like Pluto and Mars, like Aries and Scorpio, like that energy needs to be channeled. So otherwise, you know, if it can turn into frustration, it can, you know, if the physical fire energy specifically isn't channeled consciously, it can turn into frustration, dominance, aggression, not necessarily towards others as well. Take it as you want. Spring cleaning, yeah. Yep. Cleaning keeps, you know, you kind of at least standing, hopefully, unless you're sitting and you're cleaning. You know, you can also, I guess, be sorting things and organizing, but standing around. Hey, Callie Clayton. It's mentally difficult? How so? You're getting good exercise, but it's, what do you, like, how so? What do you mean? Isabella. Are they really? Mm-hmm. Hello, Chris Anthony. Hi. Hey, everyone. So, Yes. Yes. Um, that's great, Sister Tabby. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, because, you know, it's still that fresh oxygen air. So, where are you guys at as well? Where are you guys at? State-wise, country-wise? As much as you feel comfortable sharing, of course. No pressure. Yep, Damien, I'm telling you, for me, it's like the early morning. If I just wait and I'm like, and then I get into that, you know, into that tired and then kind of hungry, tired, hungry, which one is it? Stage of the day? No, and then kind of lose my momentum. So, Toronto area, huh? Yeah, there are quite a bit, and quite a bit of people in, wow, New Jersey, Kelly. Massachusetts. Oh yeah, I've been feeling energies from 10 years ago. Kelly coming through. I'm a Pisces sun, Mercury in Pisces, so it's like this period was really as a big wave, carrying up all the things from the bottom of the ocean. Like if you imagine like a wave moving, it's like there's no, you know, kind of like boundary to that space and how it moves. The way I see it is almost like it's bringing like things up from even the base of the ocean of your subconscious. It can be considered Pisces ruling the subconscious. Yeah, I see it as like kind of a wave. Portland, Oregon. Morocco. Wow. Maryland. Are you in Maryland, Dimas? Yeah. So something difficult that I found is like I don't have an appetite. This is something it's been tough because when you're not working out like as much as, you know, moving around a lot, then it's like I don't know. At least I've been making food but not eating. Making snacks in the snack tower but not really taking them down from the tower, if you know what I mean. So, oh wow, you have Mercury and Pisces in the 8th house, Christina. Damien, you're in NYC? What part of NYC? If you don't have to answer that, no pressure, but if you do feel what like neighborhood, quarter? Hey Asia. 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Hey. Yes, exactly, Nicolette. You just got to keep your metabolism up. Yeah, because if I eat when I'm not hungry, I feel like ugh. It's like your system is not, you know, like so. I have to get to that point where I'm like, yes, I'm hungry. I really have that strong impulse to eat. Um, Generally, at least speaking. Hey, Shannon. Ooh, a lot of people in Canada. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Aw. Yeah. Don't they say you need to like remind you need to remind like was it light workers so you're so like you're on this wavelength energetically you're just kind of like you're like well I'm here I will always be here it's like you know you need to eat you need to also ground it's also important during this time especially and what's funny is my sister is where is she was like I will come into the next live has she been commenting the last time apparently she was commenting I had absolutely no idea she was like I was asking your favorite color my mom was like I was there too we were saying we were talking to you so yeah I don't know if she's been but anyways so she's a sun sign Aries and so it's interesting because she's very Aries super Aries she's got like 3 grand fire trines in her chart she's a performer an artist, musician, and and so many, other things. So, and they do say that those with a lot of fire in their chart usually could speak, but especially also the Venus in Pisces is like the artist placement. That's what they say. So, true to her Aries sun, she's usually very Aries, but this past sort of, this little period here of time, she's really been feeling like you really can see this Pisces. Um, the sun in Pisces period, the bringing up a lot of questions also for a lot of people of how they're channeling that energy. And it's very clear, like, if that energy is riding on its highest vibration for you or not. If you feel like I'm overwhelmed by what's also around me and I might not even be able to identify what that is, that's a good chance of let's say Neptune energy that is overpowering rather than being channeled consciously when we're sort of feeling helpless, like also helpless, or even with addictions, I will say that, like, it could be anything. It could even be with meditation, any sort of escape that we feel we cannot we cannot control in some way, okay, or any kind of that's a very clear sign of like Neptune being sort of out of balance. And not to say that that's in a bad way, but it's just a wonderful period of time to reflect on, well, is this serving me? Is this ability of mine, which is, let's say, highly empathic, creative as well, like with the imagination, especially the very strong imagination that is associated with Neptune, Pisces, 12th house. And they say people have got a lot of Pisces, very, very, like, their imagination is so strong. Is that serving me? And that, I think, has been really a big question around this time, and you'll be real clear on if it is or not. So it's just a great check-in point, like, how is it that I'm feeling in this period? Do I feel actually like empowered by my creativity, by my ability to feel, by my empathic also capabilities at this time in this dimension? Is it something that I feel I'm working with, or is kind of also overworking me? So I don't know, that could be a message for a number of you if you also feel that it's been somewhat like out of balance, where you're spending a lot of time even in fields. I'm hearing it could be creatively as well, where you feel like I'm overdrawn in some way. Okay. And a great way to like, I found that grounding is really important. So also touch with the physical body. If you ever feel like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so much and there's no boundary to that space, then kind of getting in touch with the physical body can really be helpful. I found that things like body scrub really is so great, because it kind of awakens like all the layers to your physical body in a certain way, like especially if it's very fine grain. I know that might sound a little weird, but I found that that's really helpful. Hi, James. Hello, James. Wow. So much power in the heart chakra, James. Wow. Beautiful. Amanda, hey, vet. Have you been feeling that, Amanda? So how many of you are Aries? I'm interested to hear. How many of you are Aries sun, or have a lot of Aries, like even say like 3-4 planets in Aries? Like, how have you been feeling during the Pisces season, and right now, how? I wish my sister could join in. What is she doing? Natasha? Good thing about the lockdown is that you can sort of guess, like, I know you're not like that busy, okay? You're either at home or you're at home. So I was like, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, Aries moon, wow. And you're okay. Hold on, let me call my sister. My sister. Sister. La, hey. Hi, NK. Oh, her phone is off. Or maybe it's on do not disturb. Hold on, let me just make it one more. It's funny, I never try. Yeah, no, her phone is dead. Okay, well, maybe she's napping or something. Anyways, yeah, she's with my family. So. Anyhow, maybe she's taking a nap. Yeah. Tea Milky, hello, hi. Oh, she's calling me back. Okay. Hi, Tosh. I'm on the live reading right now. By the way, wait. So, are you gonna come? Oh, you're out right now. All right. Okay. Well, I'm talking about all your business. So, if you want to get on, just get on. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay. I think she's out. She's on a walk. So wait, what were you saying, Queen? Can I take this moment to request a more descriptive read in Leo Libra as you do with Pisces and Scorpio? Just a friendly request. Your reads for P and S are so easy to understand. Interesting. Yeah, the energy is so it's it's funny because the way I've come to note that the way the energy actually flows in each of the readings is so telling, as I found it in certain ways. It's always a matter of perspective and your perception, but so telling of the way the energy flows in that period of time as well that is being channeled. La 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 la. Oh, North Node Aries. Ooh, okay. So my Venus is in Aries, actually. And I've got Pluto in the first house, the house of Aries, and then I've also got my moon in the first house, but in Sagittarius. And can you believe this? Like, until recently, I didn't even really recognize. One second, I'm gonna clean the screen. My Venus in Aries in the house of Virgo. Actually, on the cusp, depending on what house system, the 5th house or the 6th house. But anyhow, until recently, I totally didn't even register that Pluto was like quasi conjunct my moon. So Pluto and Scorpio conjunct the ascendant, actually. So Zenith. Really? Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries. How do you guys interpret Venus in Aries? Mignone? I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. It says, what do you think of a Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Cancer Rising? What do you think of Pisces Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Cancer Rising? Sometimes I hate it. Oh, right. It's a lot of water energy. Oh, yeah. Sun in Pisces. That's a solar. This is the largest source of sort of like, it's a portal of fire energy. The sun in the water sign of Pisces, so it's that sort of water fire overlay. You got the moon in Scorpio. The moon is the luminary related to water. So if the sun is related to fire, the moon's related to water. In Scorpio, oh boy. Then you have the Cancer rising. It's like water, water, and more water. Hello, everyone. I'm at the party. I have buckets of water with me. No, but it's very intuitive. It just depends on how you channel it, right? It's like, you know, at times you might find, well, I don't even know like what I'm feeling because I don't even know like who this energy belongs to. It might not even be you. Might just be picking up on energy around you. Do you find that that's the case? Interesting. Venus in Aries. Mariah, huh? Lots of denial of feeling. In what way? Very interesting. Carolina! Hi, Carolina. Hi, 2020. Thank you, markers. I'm impulsive. Yeah. Scorpio, Sun, Ascendant, Moon. My hair is like it's a dust collector. Oh man. Aquarius moon, interesting. Ooh, super aloof. Can you imagine? Sun and Scorpio? Already don't know what's inside your head. Okay. From the outside. Then Aquarius moon makes things even more like you know, kind of sort of polarized. Like it's probably very hard to read whoever this individual is, Scorp Sun, the Aquarius moon, but so many factors. This is total generalization, right? Yeah, not everyone with the Scorpio Sun and the Aquarius moon, got to throw that out there. So many factors gonna be at play, and also how that energy is channeled, so as well. So you guys, it was really weird. Well, first of all, who's been having dreams off the heezy lately? How many of you have been just like dreaming, like go to bed, you're like, okay, it's weird if I wake up and I haven't dreamt. Who's at that level now? I can almost guarantee like every night I'm gonna have like some kind of dream. And the weirdest dreams too. The weirdest dreams, like, where is this coming from? Mm-hmm. I just realized, I feel like half the people right now watching this are like, where are the snacks? I'm here for the lockdown snacks. Where were they? I wanna know. I wanna know. Ooh. So, yeah, so weird dreams. Well, the other night I had this dream, and I had this like, it was like I had a vision of my past life. It was really, really interesting, but also kind of weird. I like saw a picture of myself actually, and when I first saw the picture, I was like, that's me. But then I was like, but wait, I don't remember being there. In the backdrop of that picture, I was like, wait a second. Like, it was clear that I had never been there. and I'm looking like closer at the picture, and I'm like, and then it kind of like clicked. I like registered. I was like, okay, that was from another lifetime. Like, that was not, but I recognized myself. And it's funny because, well, the backdrop was like it was like deserty. It was like kind of, there were like palm trees though. It kind of looked like, I've never been to Israel, never been to the Middle East, but I would imagine something like Israel, maybe like Egypt. I felt Egypt real strongly there, and I was wearing this like long dress. I was wearing this dress, and my hair was like down, and I was very skinny, like super like long, limber arms, body, and I was like smiling in this picture. I was just standing there like in the like grassland. It was really, really interesting. So yeah, you never know. Oh, Morocco. Yes, Caroline. Oh, thank you. And you know what? This is actually not the first time that I've had visions of Morocco. I've felt so many times very strong connection to Morocco. I've never been, but I just feel very, very connected for some reason or another to that land. Really? Yeah. No, Ellen, I've never done a past life regression. But I will have visions every now and then, suddenly, like, very strongly, yeah. The strong visions. Yeah. Like, even, like, certain accents, like, voices will come through. Yeah, it's very interesting. Sometimes if I'm, like, looking in the mirror, sometimes it'll, like, activate. It's very weird. Thank you, Marcus, for your dear donation. And thank you all so much for connecting. Wow, 133 people in the room right there. All right, all right. 3/6, that's my birthday. So, yeah. It's funny because one time my sister was doing a reading for me, and sometimes she'll casually, she's good, she's very intuitive, she's a channeler, yeah. But she was doing this reading, and all of a sudden, like in the middle of, she's not really consciously, she does it kind of casually, all right, but she'll sometimes do readings. And then this one time she was doing a reading, she was like all of a sudden going into this accent, this like Spanish accent, but it was like a very particular accent, like it, I don't know, it was very interesting, like almost like a dialect. And the whole reading through, she was like doing it in this accent. She was kind of, she's funny. She was kind of like joking on, but I feel like it was definitely there was. We have a strong connection, so who knows? Maybe that was like some kind of. And we do have, I think, also a strong connection in some way. Wow, 136 people in the room. Hello, everyone. And two, even Spain, Portugal. Yeah, I'm dying to go to Sevilla. Dying, like I'm dying to go to Sevilla. I think if I if I got a two-way ticket, I'd only be using it one way. And I'm like so sold on that. Really, Mariah? Maria? So Lala? Yeah, my sister and I have a strong connection. Yeah. Almost I can be like certain if I'm feeling something kind of weird. I know. Now it's gone to that point where I'm like, all right, I need to call her. I need to see if everything's all right because it's that connected. Thank you. Oh, Power of the P. Thank you so much for your dear donation. 999 there. Wow. So, oh wow, Debbie Vodetta, you remember that? Oh yeah, you've been following for quite some time. That reading was pretty intense. It was so specific. It was like I was standing in this like it was just like this patch of desert. It looked like desert, but there were these palms. Jumeirah? What is that? Like palms, like little palm trees in the background. And it was like everything was very sunny. Like even in the picture, it's almost like it was blurry because it was so sunny. That's what I remember. But there was this ethereal vibe even to the picture itself. Like it was something almost like it was like a Pleasantville sort of vibe. Who's seen that movie? Dubai. Wow. I've also been that's funny. I've had dreams about Dubai. Never been there. Dreams about Dubai. I had dreams that I was like surfing in Dubai and yeah. Oh, Jumeirah's in Dubai. Okay. Hi, Malibu. Malibu Steers. Wow, Paisley. Yeah. But you guys, my north node is in the house of Gemini, the third house. My south node is in the ninth house. So I've sort of read up on this because I'm a Sag moon and I have Jupiter in the ninth house. So there's a lot of Sagittarius energy, kind of bobbing around. I'm totally wanderlust, and I feel that I've had, this sort of like experience, possibly in prior lifetimes where there was a lot of travel involved. Thank you, Shannon, for your dear donation. 999. Hi, Anthony. Hello. Hello, Anthony. Okay. And so I feel like it's just my like impulse. Like I want to travel, but I'm, yeah, it's in my comfort zone. Exactly. So let me turn that down. So you too, Annabelle? The picture melted your screen. Yo, wow, Haley, you have Jupiter in Sag? Oh, yeah, ninth. So my north node is actually in Capricorn in the third house. Conjunct Saturn. So, wow. I mean, I wish I could paint this picture. And it was funny because I was looking at multiple pictures. It was so nostalgic. And I was looking at myself and I knew that was me. I was like, that's me. But I was like, I was not there. And I knew I had never been there. I was like, I've never been there, and then I was like, oh, it was a past life. That was in the dream. I was like having this sort of recall, the recognition in the dream. So, I did paint. I was like so close to being a studio art major in college. And then it would just take too much time. I was in the studio until like 3 a.m. and I would have to walk home to my dorm from the studio at like 3 a.m. in the dark, and it was like in the woods. I went to school in sort of like it was sort of like like a rural kind of like suburban, lot of on the East Coast, a lot of trees, and it was like heavily wooded. Like half the campus was like wooded. So I was like 3 a.m. All right, just spent like 3 hours painting this eggplant to perfection in the fruit bowl, and I'm walking home alone now, and it's just it got out of because I would get so into it as well. So it's just, but I love painting. I love painting. But yeah, I would get really caught up. Paisley. Yeah, Raya, hey. My art professor would like get so frustrated because there were like rules, you know. She was like, "All right, no one paint with anything but your paintbrush." And so I would get into it. I start painting with my fingers, and like, she comes over. She's like, "No, whoa, no way! What are you doing? You cannot be doing that. That's toxic." So yeah, I got in trouble a few times for that. And I think like I ended up losing all my paintings too. They were in the studio, and I went to school on the East Coast, and I am from the West Coast originally. So like it was either I somehow transport these huge canvases, or and I think it was like over the summer. And yeah, Haley, exactly. Listen, look at my birth chart, okay? Then you'll understand. I get so emotional, baby. You guys, I've been singing solely songs for the longest time. Soul first. Look, I want to paint nails, but how do you paint? How do you paint the opposite hand? Like, I'm right-handed, technically, so when I'm painting, okay, I can do my left hand, alright, but like, how, yeah. Anyone got a hack for that? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. So, Ciao, Priscilla. Have fun with your groceries. You got your gloves, you got your mask. So yeah, but Bob Ross, who's that? Sitting out, sitting on the dock of the bay. Suntan is your North Node being activated by the Jupiter Pluto conjunction? I'm sure. I'm sure it is. I have so much going on. So, but it might be time. It was like this, you guys. Look, can I flip the camera? Yeah, look. Ignore the mess. But look at the plant. This is what was in the backdrop of the picture in my dream. It was like this kind of plant. So I was like standing. How can I show you this? I was like standing like this, and I look kind of like as I do kind of like now, so called. I was standing like this. I was wearing this long like blue dress, and it was like kind of short sleeves. It was like, you know, like a sundress, and but I was like super. Yes, you know what? Whoever said Moroccan, it's so Moroccan. That is so the vibe. Anyway, so and then in the backdrop it was all sunny. The sun was like shining down on the lens. Like it was so surreal, like seeing myself there. And then in the backdrop there were these like palms. They were kind of like a little ways back. Like imagine right here around me, just flat like desert. And then here like, behind me, it was like these palms. They were like this, and I was like smiling, and it was just so like, I want to cry. I don't know. It was so. It was nostalgic. It really was because I recognized that. So, anyways, you guys, I got this thing. It's like it's called an immersion blender. Are you guys familiar with that? No, I've never seen Stranger Things. What's that? Is it a movie? Wow, really, Michelle? Okay. She's made masks. Wow. Okay, Priscilla. Oh. So. Interesting, Andrew. Haley, what did you say I know too with a crying face? You guys, the popo outside, and they're like taking it down. Oh, so someone was answering. Okay, the painting the other hand with the nail polish. How do we do that again? Oh, you said I know. Oh, got it. Okay. I think it's time for a snack, guys. What do you think? Well, I'm bad to the bone. I gotta be a good influence, though. I was gonna do like a dairy-free Nutella thing going on here, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make. Maybe I will do that. You know what? Celebrate good times. Come on. You're gonna go fishing, Chris? La 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 la. Thank you for your dear donation. La la. You guys, like, if I don't dress in my workout gear, it helps me to dress to work out also. So, wake up in the morning, first thing, boom. Start working immediately, boom. You guys, I'm not hungry. Sorry, it's a snack tower video, but we're not gonna be making snacks. We're not gonna be eating snacks. You guys want to work out? All right. No tattoos, Patricia. No tattoos. On the skin, at least, right? You could have like sort of emotional experiences that imprint your aura, but no, no tattoos. You guys, peanut butter gives me pimples. Cannot be eating peanut butter, but I have it and I don't want to waste it. So, Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna vlog while doing like some kind of exercise because I feel like I gotta get my circulation going. So I'm still listening. Hi, Oxalate. Yep, Zenith. Yep. True. Peanut is actually a bean, isn't it? No, I don't think. Look, I don't think it's an allergy. I think it's just breaking it down. Well, man, it might be like inflammation of some kind. Yeah, I love Pilates, TJ. Wait, Lala says, I use my knee to balance my other hand to paint my nails. Okay. That's interesting. How would I... So, let's pretend I'm like painting my right hand with my left hand. Like, is this what you're talking, like this? Hello, Carrie. Me too, Mariah. I took Flies class. Jahan's like, no, real question. How many sit-ups can you do? You know the follow-up question to that. You know what that's gonna be, right? Oh, let's see it. So we're gonna be careful answering that. Yeah. Even starting that whole train of discussion. one of people in the room. Jahan's like, gather around. Gather around the yoga mat, y'all. I love peanut butter, but it's high oxalate. Oh, yay, Amanda. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, you know how to get me. Is it the sit-up challenge? Hold on. My nose is leaking. Wait. How many people are like, oh, the snack tower! Don't you know I'm on lockdown? We need snacks. Thank you, Cryptonosis. You've been in the house this whole time? Did you comment? I didn't catch it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your dear support. I'm gonna do some. Oh, I love sesame seeds, you guys. Cheese. Sesame seeds, cardamom. I'm doing exercise, you might not be able to see it, but no, you guys, I feel like I need to get my don't avoid the bet, but I don't even have space for another case of flu. I love cardamom. Sesame seeds. So who's from Manhattan? I have something to tell you. Manhattan, New York. I'm doing push-ups, guys, by the way. What? Turmeric is high oxalate? How many people tuning in right now? What are we eating? What is she doing? Oh, okay. So in Manhattan, I used to live there. It was like for about almost a year. And there was this cafe. Thank you, Andrew, for your dear donation. And they had these like sesame cookies. Oh my god. They were I think they were what were they? It was from Hugh Kitchen. Do you guys know that place? Markers to brush my hair. Oh, you were talking a lot. Just because I'm hosting the video doesn't mean everyone's talking to me. All right. You guys. Ignore the mess. This is part of the snack process. Okay, we have to be hungry enough to eat the snacks. All right, that's part of it. So we're justifying this. Every so often we'll do like a little push-up. I'm telling you, my hair, it just attracts dust. Thank you, Devi. Thank you, Devi. Thank you, guys. You guys have to go to the bathroom. You guys, what about eating bentonite clay? Does anybody familiar with that? I'm not advocating that, okay, but hey, I'm curious to learn more about that. I feel like that might be a way to detox, possibly. I've read that, at least. What, Jehan, never seen the Popo? Lala. I literally assumed. Marker. Thank you, markers. Well, while he's braiding Lala's hair. I am ready, markers. I'm here. You want to braid my hair? I've got lots of it. Markers turned to Lala, braiding Lala's hair. You guys, it's a rainbow. Can you see? Okay. Oh, I got you. I got you, Lala. Markers braids your hair. You braid my. I know. I see where this is going. All right. Anybody else want to be? Anyone else? I got the popo parked outside. And it wasn't doing no good. Yay! So it's like those dance trains on the dance floor. Celebrate good times, come on. You know. Are we stalking? We're stalking before you could even ask that question, Jay Han. Rising sign Scorpio? Why do you think I have, you know? Why do you think I chose the street over the water? Okay. You guys. Oh, wow. Debbie says, can you one day talk about the union you channeled at the beginning of your channel? It was a beautiful story. Which one are you talking about? You guys gotta do what I gotta do. It's real life. It's real life. I gotta keep my... Okay, let's see. Hop, 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 hop. I don't know where the snacks are, but we're gonna wait. See when they show up. All right. Natasha, she would come in when I'm jumping around like that. So is this what she does when she waits for me? I'm just jumping from excitement. Tosh. Where'd she go? Tasha? Was it funny when I was jumping? I mean, good thing no one lives below me. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Tosh. Greetings. So... Alright. Tosh, we're talking all about you. Your sun in Aries. Aww. You guys, I did actually an interview. Well, Natasha was interviewing me, and that's posted on the channel. Good times, real fun times. She was a huge catalyst for kind of getting me actually to officially pursue astrology and things like that. So, and that interview is on the channel. So yeah, she's super intuitive, and we have a real strong connection. You be you, girl. I will have to watch this over again and kind of see what that looked like when I was drunk. I was just drunk. I don't know. Because I feel it's that time of day. We need some circulation. So, you guys, do you see this? Okay, this is like, you know, when you drive away with the gas, from the gas station with the gas pump still attached. Good thing I felt the tension there a little bit before it was too late. It's blurry? Okay. So, you guys, which snacks? We have a few options. We have a few things that we can work with. Did you drive? Oh no, it's glitching out. Natasha, what is that emoji? That's really cute. Mm-hmm. Paisley. Bananas. Oh, good markers. Okay. Wow, really, Maisie? You were, huh? March 1st. Yes, so Natasha's a Virgo rising. Aw, Tosh, Markers is friendly. Say hi. he's saying hi to you. Markers? This is Natasha. Natasha, this is Markers. It's about time you get to know each other, one another, alright. So yeah, she's Virgo rising, Moon in Gemini, Sun in Aries, Venus in Pisces. Also got a Saturn in Pisces. We're talking about the whole the sun sun in Pisces season, and Mercury in Pisces and in retrograde, how it's still sort of lingering, this energy is still lingering. And so again, how many of you are Aries actually in the room? Aries sun. And how are you feeling with this period we're moving out of, as we move out of technically Mercury retrograde? Because we're technically in Aries season, but Mercury's still in Pisces, so No, we're just being friendly. Aries sun, Mercury, Venus, all in 8th. Oh wow. Chest pains, Jahan? Yeah, I felt that. Okay. Yeah. Right. So Tosh, and it's funny because she's one people in the room. She's pretty Aries, like I was saying. She's she's a fire pistol. So usually it's like, this energy, but she's mentioned that she's feeling it pretty strongly. Also, what's interesting is that someone could have a lot of fire in their chart. For example, I'll use you an example, Tosh. She's got like 3 fire trines. So in the birth chart, right? When you have, let's say, 2 planets are trining one another, this positive energy flow is connecting those 2 planets. When you have that sort of happening in like an actual triangular formation where you've got trine between 3 planets, amongst 3 planets, that's a grand trine, usually. So many factors can be at play as well in terms of degrees, and okay, people can debate what is considered an actual grand trine, the orb, and all that. But for though, if, let's say you've got a lot of fire in your chart, she's got, again, like few grand trines, and I think, I'm not sure what signs they're in. Well, it could be fire houses. I think you might even have Tosh fire houses and fire signs, because let's say you can have the trines happening in the fire houses, and that would still kind of be fire energy that would channel through those placements. But you could also have it in the fire signs, and that I think is technically considered the fire trines. Yeah, you definitely have that, Tosh, because actually your Mars, I think, is in Sag, and I think your Mars is involved in one of those trines. So anyways, a lot of fire, right, in the chart. But then you could have like another planet in let's say a water sign. In fact, in your case, Tasha, this is Venus in Pisces. So a lot of water energy is still at play, and I think also your Saturn, quite a bit of water energy at play. So it just goes to show, you could be a sun sign Aries, and this let's say the water energy could still be at play in some way in your chart, and that would come up around certain times more clearly. than others. Specifically when even let's say it's a Pisces season, then that energy really come up for view. So around this time, you know, if you're like, I'm like a fire sign, why am I feeling so I feel like kind of emo. It's not normal. Like you may, if you're feeling out of sorts in some way, you know, specifically related to the element of water and fire, and then that could be, you know, somewhat of a factor. Interesting. Oh wow, your Mars in Pisces, Shannon. Samantha, you have an Earth trine and 2 yods. Oh wow. Yeah, that's intense. That's intense. The yod is intense. I've got a few yods in my chart too. That's pretty wild. I think my mom does too. Yeah, she's got a few yods. So my mom has her sun Cancer, her moon in Cancer, you guys. Can you imagine? Mars in Virgo. Think of the 12th. Pluto in Virgo, I think, as well. And I think a rising sign Virgo. Haley, you got 9 trines. Wow. I think her moon in the 10th, I think, yeah. And then she's got Jupiter conjunct Saturn, I think, in the 5th. So it's funny, that placement, this came through in one of the readings. It was like, you have to say no before you say yes. Like, and I feel like that's very much that sort of Saturn in the 5th. Can be so many factors. Again, could be at play. Can be at play. Thank you, Nature Explorer. Thank you for your donation. So, oh wow, double Pisces Sun Moon. All right, Russell. Wow. Really, Christine? That's kind of interesting. Oh, Lala, you have 3 yods? Wow. Hmm. Hey, Med. Nachiri. You're not really sure? You said Nature Explorer says I'm rising Virgo with Pluto in the 1st. One site says I have 3 odds, but I'm not really sure. Do you have your birth time? Wow. Very cool. So I'm a Scorpio rising. Rising sign is usually what people will like. They'll feel your rising energies. Hi, Autumn. Hey. Autumn, you got my email, right? About the Capricorn. Okay. So, yeah. For those who order the extended Capricorn, it's now up. Yep. So there's a little bit of a delay with that, but that should be now up. The extendeds are available now for April 15th to May 15th, by the way, on the website Alchemy New. So if you feel guided, then they're all already there for you. Access. So yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting. Again, if you guys want to access the extended, you can go to alchemynew.com. All right, so yeah, rising sign is like what people feel when they first, let's say, like just even see you. It's not even usually when they talk to you. When they talk to you, if someone you actually, let's say, have a conversation with someone, usually they'll maybe start to feel like sun energies, and then they can once you guys really start talking, they might feel, you know, your moon, your Mars is likely usually really apparent as well. It's like how you move your body, and so Yeah, but like when people first see you, they usually like they're like, oh, like if they were to think, just usually like if they were to just assume or guess, they would most likely they would guess your rising sign. Oh, nature. That's so sweet. When did you first follow? When did you first follow? I think I'm gonna start making a snack tower, by the way. Let's what's going on? Oh. So, all right. We are dressed in active wear to keep active, to remind ourselves to keep active. I found that like if I dress in like I'm kind of ready to like in workout gear, it's helpful. Okay, sorry, just like armpit of the camera there. Wow, interesting. Yeah, exactly. It's a mask. So, you guys want to see what I'm doing? Well, hopefully it doesn't die. Oh, really, Nature Explorer? Ha, funny. Okay. So, that was back in, yeah, that was a little while ago. That was in Los Angeles. Now I'm on the East Coast. So, can you guys, like, feel the environment around me? Or the city I'm in the video? Because I found that, like, if I watch certain videos, like, I watched this woman, this person, she was, like, making this video, and, like, immediately, I was like, wow, she's in, like, the area that she's in is, like, the energy the vibe is lovely. And I was like, I think she's in Bali, and I couldn't, she was in this office, like, she's in a room, like, just talking about some subject, astrology, whatever else, and I was like, I think she's in Bali. and then I, like, looked into her Instagram, and I was like, yep, she's in Bali. All right, so I wonder, like, do you guys feel... and Chris knows a little about this. Chris Smith, are you still in the house? Chris knows a bit about this. We were on a mentorship. Well, all right, I don't know. calling out the personal bit. But we were talking about some of that. Because I'm kind of like in an interesting place. Like, yeah. What do you guys? But yeah, I'm gonna wait for you guys to answer that. oh, Myra. Wait, my screen is trippy? Why? What is it doing? Oh, really? Rhode Island for energy? Mm-hmm. Wait, nature? Really, Autumn? Zenith? It has oxalates. She's like, I want peanut butter. Okay, but I don't know. I don't want pimples. Every time I, like, break out when I have peanut butter anyways. Ooh, Bula! So, wow, marker is very interesting. I'm in a city. It's funny. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. City life is interesting. Well, I'm from California, so I spent a lot of time, obviously, LA, and I don't know, I don't know. And I actually talked about this on another live before. I don't really, there's something about, I don't know. There's a lot of like, okay, let me say it in this way. Everyone will have, it's like a chemical reaction. Everyone will have a different sort of chemical reaction with a certain city. That's how I guess, that's how, you know, it can kind of be seen, I guess. I mean, I'm sure, you know, you've experienced that where you talk to someone and they're like, I love this place, and you're like, I can't stand it, I gotta get out immediately. Like, that's, I think, natural, you know? Everyone will have, and I think actually cities have their own astrology sign, even. So, that's also kind of neat. But yeah, I'm in DC, so this is, interesting, because I'm not into politics. Okay. I don't get into that, none of that. I don't watch the news for it as well. So it's like kind of, yeah, I ended up here in some way. It's funny because I met this woman and she was like, we were just talking and the way we had met was so serendipitous. I was like at this cafe in, actually in Virginia, and she was like, okay, so I'm sitting at this cafe and I'm like, I'm so hungry. I was like eating a sandwich. I had just like worked out, I think. I was just like out. I was really hungry anyways. So I'm sitting there, I'm like really into the sandwich and I'm like eating it. I get up to, maybe I was like even, there was some small talk. Okay, so this is a funny story, guys. I was at this cafe, sitting outside, eating a sandwich. There was this woman with a boxer dog, you know? And for those of you who've been following for some time, you remember Bandit, right? So we had a boxer dog. Anyway, so obviously I'm like, oh, I gotta say hi, what a cutie, right? Okay, so eating my sandwich, all right, you know, saying hi to the pooch, and then I start talking to the owner of the dog, and we're talking, and she's like, going on, talking about how wonderful the boxers are and how sweet they are, whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, hold on, give me just a second, right? I gotta go inside, and I'm getting like a napkin or something. I don't know what it was. Come back out, and then when I sit down, she goes, wait, you have a YouTube channel? And I'm like, what? Hold on, wait, what? What just happened? We were talking for like at least like 8 minutes to 10 minutes, like, and I was like, wait, what? And then she points to this, it was like an outside seating area, right? Sort of arrangement with these like, does anyone know the Cafe Northside? I don't know how many of you are like in the Virginia area, or DMV or whatever, Maryland. This was pre-lockdown, by the way. Okay. This did not happen, like, you know, recently. But I'm curious, how many of you know Northside? Real cute little cafe. Thank you for your donation, Pure Energy. Love and light to you. What's your sun sign, Pure Energy? And your moon? Oh, Paisley, you're in California. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, it's like the universe will sort of place you where it wants it, I guess. I'm telling you, I was like, what am I doing in DC? Like, I was living in New York for about a year, and I kind of understand that. I mean, it's still a real big city, but I was into like, you know, fashion and marketing, and I felt like, you know, that was really like very stimulating city, New York. Oh my gosh, right? Super stimulating on so many levels. But I've heard actually a lot of huge spiritual community there. Northern Virginia, like Arlington. Anybody know? I feel like some people are. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, it's like this outside little cafe. They've got an outside seating area. Imagine this. They've got benches like this, and then they've got little like tables on like either side of this long sort of central bench. So the woman with the dog, she's sitting at the bench, right? And she's looking over at me. I'm on the little table. We're looking at each other. We're talking like from across the little table to the bench. Now, right over here, if you imagine this sort of like triangle happening, this woman, another person sitting here at the bench, she's like on a date. Okay, this is a real weird thing. It was kind of interesting. It would be funny if she was right here, right now, actually watching. But anyway, so this person who's on this date, okay, and this cafe is like a huge date spot, so to speak. yeah, Arlington is filled with I think like graduates, new like young. Anyways, what is age, right? So, anyways, then this person on a date, and then when I come back, the woman with the dog, she goes, "You have a YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? Hold on, we were talking for like 10 minutes, and right now?" All right, anyways, so she hadn't said anything until that point, and then she motions over to the person on the date, and then the girl on the date looks at me, and she's like, "I told her like I recognize your voice, and then I thought you were YouTube." Okay, so I was like, "Yeah," and then the girl on the date was like, it was kind of interesting because she was on the date and she was like, "Yeah, I watch your channel, da da da." All right, so, and I'm like, "Wow, that's so cool." And then she turned back. She was like, she continued the date, and then it was like me and this, and the woman with the dog, and she was like, "Wow, I'm really into like energy work, astrology, things like that." And anyways, so then we were talking, and I was like, and she's like, "Yeah," so like, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, really, DC is like kind of an interesting city. I don't really get it. Like, I don't really feel, like, I don't understand, like, kind of why I'm," but anyways, then, "Hey, Angelic. Oh, is it the first time live? Welcome. And she was like, "Yeah, she was like," and she looks at me, and it's interesting. You can kind of tell, like, when someone's channeling, when, they're kind of, there's, like, this portal, like this activation where they're communicating, and it's something that's like, it's like really sort of divine. Like in that moment, what they're sort of saying to you, it was, she kind of just looked at me and she was like, "This city needs like a lot of help energetically," and then kind of I started to see in a different way. I'm like, well, maybe so it's kind of interesting. I'd never, you know what, Jehan? It's so many interesting stories. People who I see like multiple times, like in the same place. We have a conversation. I'm like, "Okay, well, let's stay in touch. Let me get your number." And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, I got it. I got you. So, all kinds of guidance. And actually, I don't think I had heard from that woman again ever since then. So, yeah. Some streets in DC I cannot walk down. It's too, like, it feels like spider web of energy. Like, I can't walk down the street. Like, I remember one time, it was like something. I don't know. Like, imagine, like in the so-called movies when they're like, it's like, the bank shuts down and then they got the lasers. Like, let's say a bank is closed, right? And then they got the laser beams that like don't allow people to walk, so the alarm goes off. It felt like that. It felt like I was literally trapped, but it was I was just walking down the street. Energy was like viscous. That was the feeling. Yeah, it was real bad. I was like, "Me out of here!" Like, I probably looked friggin' oh my gosh. So, be it for different reasons. To transmute or whatever else, I can't call it out. Cynthia, what do you mean government housing? No, but you guys, it was like really weird. It was like, let's say you want to walk down the street, right? And it was like once I walked down the street, it was like I felt like I couldn't get out off the street. It was so, I don't know how to describe it. Anybody have some insight here? Like, it was really weird. There was like a grid of energy. I don't know. I'm also an Aquarius sun in my Vedic. Angelic. How interesting. Haley, after the date, she came over and we were talking. She was like, "Yeah, hey, I was on the date, we're like, so how'd that go?" It was pretty funny. Yeah, but I see people in interesting places. At the gym. Yeah, it was funny. Oh gosh, really, Mariah? Hello, History for Humanity, PCWD. Yeah, the Matrix. It was like some kind of energy matrix, and I was like, once you get in, it's like so hard to get out. It's like as if imagine you're driving on a roundabout, okay, and you're like, how do I get out? Like every, it was like that. It was like that, kind of like that, and yeah, but it was just like this one street. I think it was yeah, a lot of history went down in DC, right? A lot of history. Yeah, yeah, Sigma. It's like imagine when you walk down a street, right? Like it's almost like you're in slow freaking motion. Do you feel? Oh gosh. So yeah, Haley, I feel possibly. You guys, I'm so happy to be here with you. Yeah, heavy, exactly, Mariah. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Inception. I watched Inception once. It wasn't enough. You have to watch that thing as like you have to get your degree in Inception, the movie. Like it's you gotta watch it, take notes. You gotta have your calculator out. Get ready to rewind, replay, pause, snack break. Oh my god, you gotta like break up that movie into like classroom sessions. And then like every so often you go to Snack Tower. I haven't seen Purge. What's that? Annabelle, hello. How are you? Aw. So, Annabelle, you're Leo Rising. Oh. What video, Lush? Oh, Lush is here. By the way, hi, Bluegrass. Hello, hello. So, A. Russell. May I, Meredith? Hello. Lala. I love astrology numerology as well. I think it's so neat. You guys see it repeating numbers? That's actually what got me like officially into YouTube. It was like a certain period of seeing like repeating numbers, and it got to the point where I was like, all right, okay, and then I looked up like I was searching like repeating numbers, and it was like just know at this time. This was actually for those who might not be familiar, and I hope this is not gonna die. In the meantime, my sandwiches are oxidizing. Okay, so but that's okay. We will. That'll be alright. So yeah, this was during the time. I was gonna start like something. I was gonna do something kind of different. It wasn't getting off the ground for whatever reason. It was gonna be a fashion app, and so for whatever reason, yet again, all right, stars. It was like not aligning, right? I was like, no matter what I would do, it wasn't a matter of the work that was put into it. It was just something was not like clicking, right? So in that period of time, I started to get really, really more into also health, natural healing, health, and wellness and things like that, and even astrology, and partly because I was like, what is going on with a project? It's not getting off the ground, and I was like, there's a reason. It's not just it's got to be something here, more in terms of the sort of divine orchestration at play. And I was always very sensitive to energy, always very sensitive to energy. You walk very sensitive to energy, always very sensitive to energy. You walk into a room, you just absorb, you feel it so strongly. So, and I always kind of had this inkling. I was like, well, I know that eventually it's going to sort of lead that, but I didn't like, oh, I would, that would be my, let's say, my professional track right here, right now, so to speak. Anyways, not to say that it is or really was professional either when I started it, but it ended up, I do this pretty much full time. But anyhow, so I was like seeing, started to see repeating numbers during this transition period when I was like, okay, so I feel like, there are things that I'm truly like really, really passionate about. If I'm going to be spending my time, I got to the point where I was thinking, if I'm going to be putting like my whole life into something, you really have to think like what is going to come out of that, what is the return of that, because you can do something and you can find that you're also really good at it. Let's say you're really successful at it, but does it speak to your highest sort of like calling passion? And I was like, well, all right, you can work in a space of, let's say, fashion is my passion, but or one of them at least, in a certain way, or design, art. But I was like, what I really want to do, and this is where my sister actually came in, and she was like, Natalie, look, what is your vision like of what you want to create in 5 years? What, like, if you were to define it as something, what would it be? What do you want to do? It's like, I want to connect people to their spirituality, to their calling, spiritual calling. And it became so clear. I was like, okay. Now, in this period of time, right, I started seeing repeating numbers, and all right, let's see it on the clock. All right, I see it on a on a license plate. All right, and I'm like, kind of like getting familiar with these numbers, looking them up, and it's like kind of the message associated with them is usually like, all right, if you're thinking about starting a spiritually based business, know that this is guided. You're guided in this space, and that you're supported in a certain way. So I was like, okay, but I wasn't at that point. I was thinking of sort of just moving out of the space of the fashion app, at least mentally, like, because for a certain period of time I was like, this is gonna be my future, this is gonna be my life, and I really worked so very hard on that project, and it really was like a constructed sort of space that I had identified with in some way. And so I was kind of just phasing out of that. And as I was phasing out of that, I started seeing these messages about spirituality and things like that. And again, I knew that it was an interest of mine, but I didn't really connect the dots in the way of saying, well, I want to start a business that is related to this, or whatever space officially that is related to this. So, so I started seeing the repeating numbers, and it wasn't until one night, up until this point, I didn't have a tarot deck. I would watch tarot. I would also, read up on astrology, things like that, for about like 2 years. Did not own a tarot deck until one night I wake up, and all of a sudden, like, it was just, I'm awake. Okay, which rarely, when does that happen, right? When you just like, all of a sudden you're in deep sleep, and then all of a sudden your eyes just like freaking open, all right, something's up. So, other than you at that point. Okay, we'll say it in that way. I wake up and I'm like, something tells me like, pick up your phone. Pick up my phone. It is that repeating number that I was seeing constantly, and I'm like, I need to look this up. There is a absolute reason I'm being guided in a certain direction. And so I'm like, that's it. Something's trying to also get my attention to make this sort of more of just like it's a synchronicity. You're seeing this, repeating number. So I look it up again, and I'm like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna like go get a tarot deck. It was just something that was just so like intuitive, impulsive. Even I was walking down the street, and this was like back when I was in LA, and I was like, okay, today's gonna be the day. So I go into this metaphysics shop, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just get a deck. All right, whatever. I wasn't even thinking I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, not at all. So I walk in, and that feeling where you just like feel like you're guided somewhere, even physically, and even like your attention is placed upon something in particular. That's exactly what it was like for me. So I was like in this shop, and I just automatically walked over to this one like spiral, like it's like a kind of like a cassette round where you can kind of turn it, and they were like filled with cards. I walk over and I see this one deck, and something held my gaze on the barcode of that card, that particular deck, and it was the first thing I laid eyes on in that store, and it was that exact number sequence that I woke up to the night before. So, and I had been seeing repetitively. So I was like, okay, this is where I'm being guided. So I got the deck, and next day, just was like, I feel like I need to do something publicly about this. So I made a channel. Next day, no questions asked. It was like it was as if there was a script, and I knew exactly how it sort of went. There was no like really like thinking, analyzing, and just jumped right into it. I was like, I feel like I just need to do this like for people. It was something like that. I mean, not to underestimate the process that also led to that point. Absolutely, I had there was a lot of really transformational experiences, connections with certain people that were so testing at times and really not easy, right? Like the dark night of the soul, as some can describe it. So there was a lot that sort of went into the orchestra, but that was how it kind of started, specifically with the tarot. Yeah, so hey Frank, you have a great night. So thank you, Pure Energy, for your donation as well. Is that right, Lush? That's funny. That's right, Alonzo. Alonzo, are you the Scorpio? Mm-hmm. Thank you, David. That's very kind of you. And everyone here on Earth at this moment connecting. Oh. How interesting, right? To have come here at this time. Yeah, imagine. A lot of transformation here. Oh, you're Libra. That's funny. You remind me of a Scorpio. Do you have Scorpio in your chart? Somewhere prominently placed? Moon, maybe, or house, or Pluto on a cusp, or 28, 27, maybe even degrees, 29, on an angle, ascendant midheaven. Hi, Myra. Scorpio moon. Wow. So, okay, Mariah, I offer a few things as of yet. I do personal tarot readings, and I also do astrology reports, analysis of the birth chart. And I tend to focus on soul path, life path, calling, and energetic sort of alignments, specifically related to the four elements of fire, air, water, earth in the birth chart, also related to the archetypes. So I like to focus specifically on how you sort of like, let's say, what might be most satisfying in channeling certain energies and finding energetic balance. That's kind of what I tend to gear the astrology reports towards as well. There are a few different sort of formats. You can do video format, where I'll sort of speak through your birth chart and record it and then send that through, or also written. I also have a mentorship session if that's some like to talk through, maybe like what they're sort of thinking of, maybe even incorporating, especially if you're at a certain career junction, your point of transition with career. If you're thinking that you want to even like kind of like even combine a few industries together. Let's say you're like involved in something, you're like, this doesn't speak to all of my interests, and I'm way more complex as a person than just this one little industry that I'm working in, and I want to find, let's say, that sort of niche market as well that speaks to me personally. And that's that's something that we can focus on, because the point is to be absolutely satisfied with what you're sort of holding space for here in this dimension at this time, because that's your magic, right? Like feeling like you're carrying your sort of your light forward, your passion, right? Your highest sort of vibration is priceless, really. And I found that is like, actually, that is success in and of itself, right? When that energy's flowing, then on so many levels, right, there is abundance. And I did not think at all, like, I didn't tell you, when I started the channel, I was not thinking, like, it's going to be a business at all. And it actually was very difficult for me to think of it in that way, really. And at times, you know, it still is. But so, guys, what's going on with Snack Towers? I'm not hungry though for it, but we'll still make it. Maybe I'll have it later. Just gotta keep my hands busy. Mars and Gemini. Talk about Mars and Gemini in the 8th house, the house of Scorpio. So, but yeah, Mariah, I hope that helps answer your question. Also, I do energetic balance protocols, and I'm really excited actually about this one program that I just launched. It is with the planets. So if you feel like if you want to activate a certain planetary archetype in your birth chart, then if you feel like it's out of balance in some way, and you're like, well, you know, I want to somehow also radically reinvent the way that I tap into this energy, then that's something that speaks to that. And it's highly personalized. So let's say you order, okay, like you got all the planets, right? Let's say you order a lunar protocol. It will sort of center around how that energy naturally operates in your personal birth chart, in your own personal birth chart. So I'll take a look at your moon placement and see what actually might be related to channeling that energy most satisfyingly for you, personally. So it's I found it's kind of interesting. And we can also combine that with a moon program to kind of coordinate it with the actual lunar cycle. So, because I find that that's really helpful in bringing to light how the energy is currently being channeled. We can do a reading, but also like specifically following the guide of the moon itself. Let me give an example. When the full moon is in Libra, right now, highlighted here for us is the energy Libra for everyone in your chart. And it's a big question of, well, how is this energy sort of being channeled? How is it that I'm connecting with this energy space? Right, personally for me, and that will be different for everyone. So to combine even a moon cycle program with, let's say, with an analysis of your birth chart, bringing out certain elements that you want to focus on around that time might be really illuminating. Always heed your personal intuition, whatever you feel guided. Take a deeper dive with. But if that is clarifying. Hello, Alonzo. It says hollers. Hollers. We're making sandwiches. This is gluten. This is gluten. Welcome, gluten. Live chat. Live chat, gluten. We're working with gluten here, all right. Which I'm actually trying to stay away from. I'm trying to stay off gluten and processed food, specifically also for cavities and things like that. But and the gut microbiome, important to kind of balance and be really aware of what you're kind of putting in your body, right? But always, you know, again, heed your personal intuition. But I guess the key is balance, right? In a certain way. But unless you're trying to address something specifically, like let's say you have a certain overgrowth of a certain bacteria in your gut, right? It's like, how do you there's so many theories also on how to address that, you know, vibration and things like that. I was reading something about how certain viruses can actually be possibly eradicated with vibrational therapy. So it's pretty cool. It makes sense, right? Our thoughts and us, we are vibration. So who's to say the bacteria in our body is any different, right? Anything, you know, all physical matter emanates from an energetic sort of state. So, but yeah, we are here making snacks. This is dairy-free Nutella. So it's got this the hazelnut base. And I'm not sure what it's actually made with. The funniest thing happened when I got this, you guys. it was in the bag of groceries and I pick it up. I kid you not, it had like a label on everything. I pick it up and exactly when I pick it up, the label just falls right off. Weird. It like detached from the thing. So I don't know what else is in there. All right. I'm gonna get la tahina out. Yeah, I actually do have tahini, so maybe I'll put that. Well, I've got sunflower seed butter. I am a fan. I am a fan. I've also got tahini though. What do you guys think? Vote. Which one shall we sandwich tower with? Tower, the tahini or sunflower seed butter? Because the peanut butter gives pimples, at least for me. So tahini is sesame seeds that are ground up. That might be kind of interesting with the but you know, I think chocolate is high in oxalates as well, Zenith. And I have heard, not a fact, not for everyone, that possibly, has anyone heard of this, cacao being cross-reactive as gluten? Like, let's say you have an allergy to gluten, you might also, or if your body reacts to gluten, possibly, that it would do the same with cacao. I've read that somewhere. Sun butter, yeah, it's so good. Seems like they're all high in oxalates. So they were out, Michelle. What about seed? Zenith, what about seed butter? Nut butter, one thing. Seed butter. What about seed butter? Sesame seeds? And then it's like, okay, so then there's also a sprouted thing where you can get the sprouted seeds, the sprouted nuts, and then the unsprouted. And I've heard that also for cavities, supposedly, I'm not saying it's not a fact, but sprouted is possibly worse. Annabelle. Where's my friend? Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Some plants have oxalate as well, right? Like chard, very high in oxalate. What else? Oh gosh, beets I think as well. Chocolate hummus, you guys. Okay, actually that day that I don't know if it was that day, but at that cafe that I told you about earlier, where I ended up running into that person and then that other person who recognized the channel with the dog and everything. All right, same cafe. They had this like, it was like a piece of toast with peanut butter, dried strawberries. How cool and exotic. And hummus. What? And it was so good. It was delicious. Yeah. So oh wow, red lentil curry. Yeah, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. So what about the whole lectins thing, Zenith? What about the lectins? The lectins in the beans. What about that? Oh, let's do tahini. And then you got the nightshades. After this health talk, Zenith, we're just gonna be rolling on prana. Well, we're not digesting anything. Oh, Divina Cotero. So markers, legumes are good. Oh, bye, Annabelle. Love and light to you. Thank you so much for tuning in, connecting to you, Annabelle. Sweet Caroline. Dun dun dun. So yeah, you guys, I did it. I did like for a period of time. I went off of all processed food. Get a load of this. No sugar for almost 2 years. No processed sugar. Not a lick. Not a lick. Right. I was having maybe some honey, maybe, and just a handful of fruit. Okay. Majority of my diet were veggies. So it was like mostly raw, no processed food, no grains, absolutely zero grains. Just for like 2 years almost. I didn't touch rice for 2 years. No gluten, no, nothing. And and um and what was it? No dairy, not like seriously, I was eating kind of like a cave human. I literally, before I would eat anything, I would ask myself, is this something that we'd be able to like eat in the wild? That's how I was eating for 2 years, and so many. And this was to actually help with leaky gut because I had leaky gut. And so there were things that I was trying to correct, and I didn't want to. I wanted to take a sort of like a natural approach, as natural as as possible. And I was having like really bad cramps. This was like a while back, like maybe like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. And so I said, that's it. Like, I'm gonna I'm gonna go. By the way, you guys want to see the progress being made? Wow, what you guys? 121 people. That was 100. Anyone catch that? 111 minutes. Wow, on the clock, and $112 donated. Thank you all so much for connecting here and tuning in. And so, yeah. Well, hey, I mean, I was like, no, nothing. I don't drink. For those of you who followed for quite some time, you'll probably know. But I don't no drink, no caffeine. I didn't have caffeine, nothing. You guys, when I say nothing, I mean like really. Okay. Would a caveman have coffee? No. I'm gonna have it. All right. Not have it. Anyway, so, and let me tell you, my skin was like transparent. You could see through. Like it was, to say it in a good way, it was healthy. Like I mean, it was clear. My skin was clear. And the skin is actually the part of the digestive tract, right? It's like your largest organ, actually. So the state of and the condition of your skin, they say, can be a reflection of what's also going on inside of your body, like your digestive tract. And so, it was no sort of coincidence as well that when I was younger, I had a lot of acne. I had really bad acne, and I was just like not a lot. Some of my diet was not really conducive to establishing a healthy gut flora, and so that's. Did you guys see that? the tower. The snack tower just toppled over. Okay, okay. 20-second roll. 20-second roll. All right. Let's get ourselves back out here together. So yeah, so I had and when I went on this so-called diet or this way of life, I would wake up at 5 a.m., no sinus congestion whatsoever. I had tons of energy. My thinking was like razor sharp clear. There was no like brain fog, none of that. And I just in my even my energy levels like throughout the day were sustained. I could like make it through the day and not feel that I had like big mood swings, blood sugar swings, energy swings. Where one minute you're like super like hungry and the next minute you're like super full and then you're craving something the next. None of that. Like it was amazing. So I gotta get back to that point. Also to heal some cavities. So don't underestimate the gut. Oh, Haley, what is WFPB? We're building. So, clove oil for cavity, yeah. So I was reading about these tribes and how they actually like handle cavities. And supposedly they make like a frankincense like pack. They use frankincense and I think like some kind of clay, and they pack it around the tooth. Annabelle! Annabelle's back! Annabelle's back! Who's back? Annabelle's back! It's Annabelle! Annabelle, you're so sweet, man. Oh. Pisces moment. Oh, I know. I can relate. I can relate. Look, I'm still here. Okay. I'm still here too. I'm back, guys. Yeah. I haven't even left. Oil pulling. Yeah. I've heard oil pulling's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Annabelle, we're back. We're not talking about snacks. We're talking about cavities. What happens when you eat the snacks? You know what I mean? And what kind of snacks you eat. So supposedly lectins play a role in that. Michael, it's all connected, you know? Digestive tract. Leads in, it leads out. So... Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging out. Terry's in the house. All right. Wait, so Zenith, bread is okay? Hold on. So, like, white bread, that turns, like, almost immediately into sugar, right? And it spikes your blood sugar. And they say, I think that's what actually pulls minerals out of your bones and your teeth. Is that right? Tell him, Zenith. Tell us. Interesting nature. Terry, hey, Mariah. Nature cat. Haley, You know, I gotta be honest, I feel like I react to cacao, and the only way to tell what your body reacts to possibly is because I've also read that there could be inflammation, right? That you're not even aware of. You could be like, oh, I don't even know that my body is having some sort of inflammatory response to some kind of food. So, I think one of the ways to tell is to stay off of like most allergens, like a lot of like, you know, most, let's say, processed foods. Nightshades also is, I think, one of the things, or citrus as well, and then slowly introduce them back, like one by one, into your diet, and then see, like, you'll be able to tell if you get a rash, or, you know, you just kind of get it. Like, you'll feel, oh, I feel like my body is not really doing well with whatever, possibly. Oh, interesting. Interesting nature. Yes, Cynthia, that's interesting. Yeah, for your blood type. Mm-hmm. Because it makes you think, like, around the world, so many cultures, right, eating certain things, as, you know, in terms of your genes. Interesting also to think about people in the blue zones around the world, the supposed locations where there are more, the highest number of centenarians, right? People who live over 100 in these different parts of the world, and they've all got totally different diets. There's one in Okinawa, one in Sardinia, which is an Italian island, like, supposedly, that's what they've said, and totally different diet, right? In a certain way. Japan, Italy, like, I try to say, you know, yeah. Abia, hey! So, yes, Divine Echo Tarot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so interesting. I'm the same. I'm similar, but with my skin. So when I eat something, I'll like immediately feel it like in my skin, and it's always been like that for me. It was always like something with the skin, for better or for worse. But I think at the end it's good to know if something is not working with your body, right? Because it's like shown up in some way or another. Also, I've noticed with the whites of your eyes, if your eyes are like, you know, if they're not super bright, that might be a sign as well. I think it's related to your liver though. Maybe a sign that your body is having trouble processing something, because that was another thing and the circles under the eyes. When I was on that, when I was eating really clean like that, no processed food, oh my gosh, my eyes were bright, and I had no under eye circles. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, this is not a representation. these dairy free, at least Nutella sandwiches, but it's not Nutella, you know. It's just a hazelnut spread. What to put them in? Okay. And I need to remember to have this. I made this juice. This is cold pressed juice. Ginger, lemon, carrot. Yay, lush. I mean, it was just so obvious. The shift when I was eating clean, oh god, it's like you feel like, you feel different. You have a different connection with your body in a certain way. I think I have, what is it called? Not a histamine thing. With like sulfites, like, I'll itch up. Now, funny thing, I read this, it was in a book somewhere at a certain point in time. It was talking about psychic ability and like histamines. Like, and I've read that those who are generally very like psychically sensitive, and everybody is psychic, but this is written in the book, like those who are like kind of, you know, psychically sensitive, more so, let's say, is considered in a certain way, they usually are very sensitive to histamines, which is so interesting because I'm really sensitive to histamines. Like if I have anything with sulfites or like nitrates, which anyways you shouldn't be, those are like preservatives, I would react. Yeah, you get an automatic reaction. But yeah, you're so buff when you ate well. Interesting. So, hey Pluto is my prana. How's it going? So should we bag these up? I think, you know what? I'm gonna cut them once more. I'm gonna put them in like I'm gonna put them in quarters here. So we'll do, right now they're in half sandwiches. Put them in like quarter sandwiches. And then maybe we'll do that same thing that we did. What do you think? Where wait, did I even put it? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting like Pisces here. Okay, on my sandwich tower, I totally forgot to put tahini. Okay, with the hazelnut spread. What? Okay, I gotta open them back up. Sandwich surgery is time. Slicing them back open. We gotta slip in some of the tahini. So, and then hopefully we got a little bit of a workout in, and then maybe at that point I'll have some kind of appetite to eat something, possibly, or it might be nap time. One of the two. Because they say it's actually good to nap as well. Here and there, just close your eyes, deep breathe. Okay, there's no system of rule here with how I'm doing this at all. Like, I'm just pouring the tahini in the side of the sandwich. what's happening right here, right now, is no different than when you pack your luggage completely, you forget a few things, and you need to just kind of open it up. Just that's what's happening right here, right now. With the heaty bit board in the, you know. Okay, in the sandwich. And that was the punchline of the whole video, right, guys? Okay. Okay. Make no mistake, we take pride. We take pride in the preparation. But just a little distracted maybe. Yeah, that's interesting. Who said that? Haley. Like if I ever feel kind of sluggish, I'll just like eat like a piece of lettuce or something. Yep. Helps with like oxygen flow. That's what I noticed. Okay, now we got I think two more little mini ones. You guys, I just realized I've been touching my computer. And now I'm touching the snacks. You guys. Oh my god. Is that why all the Virgos checked out? We're down to 101 from what was it, 120? Virgo's like, she didn't want. Oh, God. I don't care how many snacks we're making tonight, okay? I don't care how tasty they look either. I'm out. No. No. Okay, that's a no. Virgos, alright. Virgos. Okay, but I look, I don't take my computer out really. I haven't, really. So, it's just been in the house, but still, that's not sanitary, yeah. This is not an advertisement of how, of how things should be done. But, now that we've touched every sandwich already, I guess. Alright. Oh, cool. You guys are talking about oxalates. It's interesting. It's really interesting to learn about composition of foods, actually. Biological composition of food. It's not there, actually. Guys, I heard that they're thinking of shuttering USPS. Is that like a thing? Got this in Japan, you guys, right? Remember? I was like, I just feel like I'm gonna have a use for this. Lo and behold, it's for the snack tower. Sandwich tape. Okay. I'm imagining people tuning in. They're like, where are the snacks going? Where are she taking them? Why is she taping them up? I don't know. I'm gonna make these and just save them, I guess, for when I'm actually hungry. Because right now I think I need to just kind of work out a little bit before I have any further caloric intake. I'm just at that. Wow, 101 likes in the room, y'all. Very cool. Wow. All right, we got one more, and then we may check out. You guys, this was real fun. Maybe I could do all of. No, wait. Do one more thing. How cute is this? It's kind of like shiny. It's cute. Okay. Oh, that's not sticking. Okay. Oh, wow, wow. Luggage snacks. Okay, where's the tape? Here we are. So yeah, you guys, thank you for connecting here. It was so fun to spend a little more time during the lockdown. So I know it's a little bit of an interesting time here, you know. Stay connected. And yeah, have fun. Have fun. Try to have fun. Do things maybe that stimulate you. New and different things, like never have I ever before made a snack tower. It's all kind of new. Guys, this is the last bundle. You ready for the finale? The Bellagio moment? Oh no, we're almost out of sleep. Guys. So yeah, thank you again for connecting. All of you so much for your support as well during this time. I know some of you have been sending in donations. Thank you for your dear support on every level. Energetically as well, of course, above and beyond all. Thank you all so much for connecting. To you as well during this time. And on that note, we have completed the last snack pack. Alright, so that's a little treat for later. And just gotta clean up a little bit. This is kind of a disaster. I'll wash this off. You guys, I forgot to go to the bathroom. You remember during the yoga thing, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Forgot. Totally forgot about that. I need to do that. I'll do that when we get off. Okay. goodness. What happened? You guys, I've been using these coffee grounds as like a scrub. Oh, it's amazing. I highly recommend. Fun times. You guys, it's been so fun. Thank you for joining me during the lockdown, lock-in sandwich tower session. And keep moving, keep physical as much as you can during this period. I know it's tough, but even in the little ways, you know, even just a few little jumps, few little squats, be amazed. Just keeps, you know, your circulation. Goodbye, Zenith. Thank you for all of your information, your insights on oxalates and diet. Love and light to you guys. Alright. I think I'm going to maybe like stretch, do some stretching. And then maybe I will do well, maybe I will take a little nap. We will see. Tiffany, very kind of you. Thank you so much for connecting. Good night, history. You guys are going to sleep? Wait, good night? Are you guys going to sleep now? It's like, well, I mean, I guess everyone's, it's 7 p.m. Wow, that's good, you guys. You got to bed early. Bye, Sigma. Bye. Oh. Bye, Abia. Take a long walk. Divine Echo Tarot. Take a long walk, you guys. Got the solution. Long walks in the living room. Back and forth. Pace back and forth. I've noticed that there's okay when I have the heat on, I don't know, there's something about the air. I don't know, the air is it's when the air is off, even if it's a little cold, I don't know, I feel better. So I don't know if that makes a difference for you guys as well, but I try to keep the heat off as much as possible. Power naps, yeah. Night o'clock. Paisley. Hey, Paisley. Hey, Pluto. Pluto is my prana. Did you have fun? Was it fun? David Chow. Ciao, David Chow. Ciao, David Chow, ciao. Wait, Pluto's my prana. You no longer have eye bags. Oh, great. Awesome. Alright. I think, yeah. I'm gonna maybe do some laundry, organization, cleaning, but I think I will first take a nap, and then, yeah. Right. Natural oxygen is the best, right? Breathe in fresh air. I think that this is like circulated air otherwise, from the heat and even the AC. So better to drink fresh air. You know, better to have the fresh circulated air. All right, guys, live in light to you. Sleep well, or enjoy your day, wherever you are. And thanks for tuning in.